Now wiping out a whole duck farm on Long Island. We're talking about Crescent Farm, said it had to euthanize 99,000 birds because of an outbreak, although it's a minimal risk to the public, like to human beings. Still, it's just the latest instance we're seeing of the big impact that this bird flu outbreak has had all across the country. More than 136 million commercial backyard wild birds, so that's like farms, that's the chicken coop in your neighbor's, yard or whatever. They've been infected with bird flu. This is across every state. 67 people have gotten it. One person has died. And there have been bird flu reports in dairy cows as well in all these states that you're seeing here. Egg supply, this obviously trickles down. It's taken a hit. The prices are the highest they have been in the last year. Dr. Kavita Patel is joining us now. So people might be going, wait a second. Dr. Patel is not like a farm expert, which I understand. You are not a, but the thing that I think people want to know is, what is this bird flu outbreak nationally? As we are seeing it spread now to every state, right, coast to coast, egg prices spiking, as anybody who has eyeballs that has been to the grocery store has seen. What does this mean for people? What is the risk for humans here?
Yeah, I think, Hallie, the important reason why I'm here is because as this risk increases, not just in domestic animals, as you mentioned, but some people in chicken coops, domestic cats, but it's expanding from what is called bird flu. We're seeing it in dairy cows. There is a higher likelihood for transmission from human to human. Has not happened yet. Big emphasis on the word yet, because the more chances there are for this virus to mutate, the more chances it's going to take to get into human hosts. So that's why I'm here, because this is a public health emergency where we're trying to critically understand how to decrease these cases.
So what should people know from a really practical level? Like if they're buying eggs, is the risk, should people be concerned about like getting bird flu from eggs? Is the risk from salmonella like higher than that, which is a risk that people have known about for a while? Like talk us through that really pragmatically.
Yeah, very pragmatically. I think your highest risk is actually unpasteurized milk, meaning raw milk, because we're seeing so many dairy cases. The USDA, the Department of Agriculture, is testing dairy milk. But if you get raw milk, right now, pasteurization, heating the milk, gets rid of the bird flu. If you don't heat your milk and you get raw milk, which we know is very popular in many parts of the country, then that is your highest risk right now, because we're seeing so many dairy cases. And then I would put under that handling any sick animals. And that, again, becomes domestic animals, too. And I would spread this to not just birds and chickens and ducks, dairy cows, cows, cats. We've seen cases in domestic cats. So sick animals, a very high risk, stay away. And then underneath that, you don't have to worry about the eggs you're buying, because unfortunately, when there's one case of bird flu and they're doing a lot of monitoring and surveillance, Hallie, they have to kill the entire flock. That's why you saw 100,000 animals being called the ducks in New York. So getting the eggs off the shelf is more of an expense to your pocket. That is not fun. But the highest risk comes from those unpasteurized and other sources.
To be clear, regular pasteurized milk that you might get from like the case somewhere, that's okay. You don't have to heat that.
That is safe
that's
because
not
it's
a thing.
Heated. You do not need to boil that. I get it. It's confusing, but if it's regular in the cases, you know that it's gone through pasteurization. It actually says so in small print, but that is safe as it is in its form. It's the raw milk where you have had no heating of that product that's the highest risk.
Another question that's come up is people on our team have been talking to others about these kinds of issues here, right? Or the pause in notifications from some of the nation's public health agencies, which is not uncommon. Like the administrations have rolled over. President Trump is now in charge. And it's not uncommon when new administrations come in for that to happen, depending on how long it lasts. But how does that talk to us about the nexus between that and what we're seeing now as you've got all of these public health experts monitoring for these kinds of issues here?
Right. So I think you're identifying something that happens at transitions of administrations, because political officials want a chance to understand the kinds of communications going out of their agencies. That's normal. What is different this time, Hallie, is it's very wide, it's very broad, and some of the agencies are confused. For example, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, had to clarify they are allowed to make drug recalls public. They are allowed to put out communication about safety and issues like bird flu notices. But I think it can be confusing. So you've got humans just like you and me trying to put the communications together, but they're not sure. Do we need to get this cleared? Those delays, even if it's hours, Hallie, can be critically important when it comes to something that can spread very fast, not just like the bird flu, but any virus. So to be seen how much of a detriment it is, but it's not good at this time.
How much is where does bird flu rank on your list of things that you worry about, that you're thinking about as a public health expert?
I worry because I feel like scientists think that we're probably only a few mutations away from that human to human transmission. So it does rank pretty high with me. It's why the surveillance that we have in place is critically important. And I feel like we're finally getting to the surveillance we need. I wish we had it 6 months ago or in 2024 when this all started.
Dr. Kavita Patel, super helpful conversation. So interesting. Thank you so much for being with us, as always. We appreciate you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.